They all try to convince me, but I still wear a smile on my face. The smile is just a start from a good happy place. Look, hold on to possibilities of who you wanna be. What you see, what you believe will be your destiny. Like they say, everybody can take this ride. Sometime you must encourage yourself to live the good life. Everybody wants a good life, yeah, a piece of pie. Good life, see, everybody wants the good life, the good life.
Hey everybody, how you doing? How are you? I'm Musa Jackson, and I am the host of Ambassador Digital Magazine Live. I welcome everyone to the show. We have an amazing show today. Great guest. I'm excited about this guest. One of my oldest friends. We've known each other forever. We'll get into that. I'm gonna, listen, a lot, we all know a lot has been going on been going on, period. It's been a jam-packed week. So I like to just kind of get into it, but let's go into good stuff. So happy Earth Day. We must give praise and props to Mother Earth. Always remember that, without her, keeping her healthy, we won't exist. So we have to do what we can to revitalize her and to protect her. Peace and blessings to you too, Babito. Thank you for joining us. And I also want to share some good news. I was asked to be on a new TV series that'll be coming out in the fall. It's based here in Harlem because it's called Harlem. It'll be debuting on Amazon, and it's an amazing show about 4 women doing their thing in Harlem. It was created by Tracy Oliver, the sister. And I want to just give a shout out to my girl Bevy Smith and Mimi Valdez for putting me on. Also to this incredible cast. We see Megan Good there, Grace Byers, also Jerry Johnson on the end, and and the lovely Shaniqua Shande. Amazing cast. Funny. It's a comedy. It's funny. It's set in Harlem, present day. So they kind of go in and also want to thank amazing director. She's an iconic director, actually, from Harlem, Nima Barnett. So I kind of make my little, I play myself. I play Musa. Like I said, they said we couldn't do a show at Harlem without him. He's ubiquitous around Harlem. Everybody knows him, and they also give a shout out to the magazine. So I'm excited about that because that's cool. So so thank you, Nima. Thank you, Harlem. We'll look forward to this in the fall, and hopefully we'll bring the cast. We'll bring the cast here too. So look out for that. Got some good news also. Stacey Abrams has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. I say that again. Stacey Abrams has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Who else in America is more deserving than Stacey Abrams? Think about that. Without her, we probably wouldn't have a decent presidency. It's definitely has this, it's one of these things, but we know it's way times better than the last one. And so Stacey Abrams, she went in for Georgia. We basically turned all of this around. A one-woman powerhouse. And I will say this, she's like the president in my head. Seriously. She's someone that I see and I say she's presidential, even though they'll never put probably a beautiful, strong, powerful Black woman as president. But we all know when we talk about today, Earth Day, Mother Earth, Black woman, that's synonymous to me. So congratulations on your nomination, Stacey Abrams. before we get into the biggest news of all, you know, we got to go down the list, man. Adam Toledo, a 13-year-old, was gunned down by, but when he had both hands in the air, this young man, you know, you know, we talk about this, and I'm going to probably repeat myself over and over. It just seems to me that when it comes to Black and brown people, you know, bullets fly. And when I look at that, I see a child, and I think to myself, if you're on the police force and you're a grown ass man or woman, and you can't disarm this person without bringing them out alive, but somehow you can bring out a mass murderer. That's that Black man right there. Look at that face. He didn't have a gun in his hand. There was a gun fired. You know, I don't even like to debate this stuff. Honestly, that's when I don't even like to debate this kind of stuff. When I look at that young person, and I know maybe there's troubled and this and that. We've all been down these roads. You know, he didn't come out shooting like this. You know, like he was you know, in some cop film. He had his hands up. You couldn't wait. Because if your hands up, there's no gun, that means he's not going to fire. And you couldn't wait you just couldn't wait. Just couldn't wait. Right? Just couldn't wait. So I got to say to his family, our prayers are with his family, that justice is served in that case. I'll go on to, you know, Makia Bryant, 15-year-old. This is a personal one. She was, for me, I'm the father of a young Black woman. And I understand, you know, this one is a little bit extra for a lot of people because she had a knife in her hand, but she called the cops, which was something that, you know, I'm from the hood, I'm from Harlem, and I don't even ever recall calling the cops, but that I go off to the side. But she did call the cops, and she ended up dead, 4 bullets to the chest. And she had a knife, and I saw the video a few times. I've watched it on many occasions. Several reporters asked this question: how come they couldn't have shot her in the leg? They asked a question to the police chief of the cops, excuse me, or the cop who killed her. And the police chief said, they are not trained. They are trained to kill. You can watch it. They are trained to kill. I've watched it several times on repeat. You can go to anything. He says they're trained to kill. They're trained to take them out. Okay. That's what they're trained to do. So I have to ask the question, who are they trained to kill? Because it always seems to be a certain hue. When do they use de-escalation? When do they use the other training? Or do they have any other training? That's a question that I might ask. Because it just seems like when it comes to us, that's the training. But if we're one of 500 people or 1,000 people storming the Capitol, they killed 1, but they killed a cop too, and a few others, right? No one's shooting into the crowd trying to save, you know, the Capitol. They're allowing them in. You know, forget the kid that the murderer who had the rifle, Kyle something, wish I had his name, who walked past the cops and walked in and killed 2 people, then put his hands up as he was walking back, and they allowed him to walk and get away. So there's somehow, which we see a theme here, right? I say, when I've seen Black people come on my feed and they say, and of course they defend it because they're so quick to do that. You know, I see that's always conditioning, because just like with us, when cops see Black people, they see guilty. When I see cops, I don't trust them. So here we are. But I will say this: if she were a white, blonde, blue-eyed girl, what might have happened? I bet you she'd still be alive. with Shirley Temple curls, I'm just going to go there, she'd still be alive. That's valuable to them. Okay. So here we are with the biggest story of the biggest story of all. Obviously, where we've all been waiting. Kyle Rittenhouse. Thank you, Papito. That was the murderer, the young murderer, and then who went in and killed 2 people. His mother drove him with an assault rifle. She drove him across state lines. He walked past the cops. That one, yeah, him. And then I think I think the police and others started a GoFundMe because he's a patriot. Okay. So the biggest story, obviously, the biggest thing was the announcement, what we all been waiting for, of the George, in regard to George Floyd's murder, was the conviction of the murderer, Derek Chauvin. 3 guilty, 3 counts. We're still waiting on the actual sentencing. So we'll see how much time he actually gets. But currently he is in prison, and of course they have him in a special situation so that he won't be with the rest of the population. So he's on lockdown for 23 hours, they said, with 1 hour out for a shower or whatever. So hopefully he'll go to the shower with the rest of them and drop the soap, and okay, and they'll take care of that. You know, say to the family, you know, I say to everyone when we talk about that, you know, I had a mixed reaction. There he is. Still smug, still looking, wondering, the look on his face is, how did this shit happen? I'm white. How could I possibly be in this orange jumpsuit? I know he's still trying to, I know he's probably still trying to figure it out. What did I do wrong? Well, orange jumpsuit. Yep. So he's there. You know, we say to the George Floyd's family, we stand with you. Our prayers are still with your family. I also want to say to a young woman, Darnella Frazier was the 17-year-old who actually videotaped the murder, who would probably be traumatized for the rest of her life, is a hero. Without her, there would be no conviction, because they would never, ever, they had a whole nother story already in place. The news, the police department, they were all in cahoots with a whole nother scenario. But it was one young woman, one young Black queen, Darnella Frazier. Thank you. Thank you. Through her fear, her tears, she kept filming. There she is. There she is. We want to talk about a hero of all of this. It's not his lawyers. Yeah, it is. The prosecution, they did a great job, right? But let's remember to salute our Black young women, our queens. Thank you. Okay? This is from a Black king in Harlem. We salute you. Right? And today we say goodbye to Dante Wright, a young Black man, young Black father, 20 years old, beginning of his life, who was murdered by a police officer, Kim Parter. So they had the funeral today. A moving funeral. I was just watching that and thinking, you know, how many, you know, this is, you know, right now it's just all this trauma. I notice every time I look on the news, you know, it's all about Black death. So we have to somehow, obviously this is going down. This is Dante Wright, who grew up knowing his dad made a change, knowing his dad was loved by the world, by people, by his family, but he will never know his dad personally. He will not have him tie his shoes, take him to school, help him ride a bike, little league or whatever he wants to do, you know. give him that advice, give him those extra, you know how sometimes dad gives you the extra $20. So don't tell mom, right? He won't get that from him. So I just want to say to you, to the family, we're still with you in prayer. Okay, so here we are. Let's regroup. All right, so something positive here. I want to just go in on this. So right now, my guest, I've known this man 37 years, maybe 38. He is the son of the last poet. He burst on the scene almost 30 years ago in the iconic film Juice. He held his own against Dan DeVito and Gerby Hines in Renaissance Man. Played the love. He was a love interest on Girlfriends. Man, switched it up. And For Color Girls, has been a featured player in one of the greatest playwrights of all time, August Wilson's Gem of the Ocean, directed by Phyllis Rashad. He is a writer, director, playwright of his own play, Lambs to Slaughter. He's a New Yorker, Tribeca. He's a father. He's one of my dearest friends. He's an incredible actor, an incredible person I could always count on. Come on out here, my man, Khalil Kain.
What's up? What's up?
Good. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm good. You know how to get all that out, bro. You know how we do.
You're not gonna get it all out today. That's not gonna happen. So we were supposed to do this last week.
We were.
Now, the reason we couldn't do it last week,
right?
You were feeling the same angst and suffering and fear that you're still feeling today.
Yeah.
Now, this is the exact reason that I did not even watch the trial. I didn't watch the verdict. I really was, fearful about the verdict. I remember when President Obama got elected president, when he won the election. I was in LA and there were parties. I was invited to some parties. I didn't even go to the party because if he didn't get elected, there was going to be problems. So I stayed home. You never know in these situations.
True.
Even what Chauvin got convicted of, is shoddy. That's first-degree murder. He murdered a man in broad daylight in front of witnesses. That's murder. Come on. But you know what? I'm here with you today. There's people tuning in. I would love to talk about.
What you want to talk about, bro?
Well, I don't know, man, because we can't talk about this. I can't even.
We're gonna
think about it. I can't even keep track of the names we're getting murdered so quickly. Every week, there's another two. There's
Right.
So,
You're right. Facts. So I want to.
Time out. Check it out.
Time out.
There's somebody at my door. I'm gonna.
Oh, you gotta grab it?
Or I'll be right back. Hold on. Everybody that's just
don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, everybody. He's just going to the door. But while he's at the door, while he walks to the door, let me throw that in there. Chauvin is the 8th officer convicted of murder since 2005 of over 16,000 killings. In case y'all wanted to know, I don't know if you wanted to know, but I provided it to you anyway. Okay, so just take that in. 8 out of 16,000 since 2005. So within, what is that? 16 years.
All right.
This is the average. Okay, take it away, Paul.
All right.
Get back. Okay, listen. Okay, so I want to take it. You're back, and I want to take it back.
All right, cool.
I want to take it back. Let's take it back. You're, grew up here. I know there was some California time, but to me, you are a New Yorker. Hold on, you are a New Yorker, 100%. Born and raised New Yorker. But and people. So let's talk about early childhood with Khalil Kain, and we talk about that with your father, we mentioned, and your mom, Mama June, and what was that like for you, and the influence of at that time of having these incredible creatives around you?
Man, so there was a spot called the East Wind, 125th Street, Harlem. That was a creative space, the last poets. So Khalil Kain, David Nelson, Felipe Luciano's up there, Amiri Baraka's up there, Ntozake Shange's up there, the Young Lords, Panthers are rolling through. People are getting up and performing. Like, I'm 6, 7, and this is the vibe. So, man. Yeah, you gotta put the original Last Poets. Pops ain't in that.
Oh, he's not in that? Okay. That's the next shot. Well, we got some other shots.
If you put up the original Last Poets,
okay.
Tell a boy to Google Right On or something like that.
Right On. Put up Right On. Right On. I got Right On.
There's I knew at an early age that there was a system set up, a system in place, but it was not in place for my benefit. So, I mean, I was always calculating and trying to figure out a way to acquire some level of freedom. How do you do that? That's not going to happen within the system. And it's funny going to public school and then going to Hunter and moving. Like, I was, understanding that this is problematic. Right. Not getting the same treatment. Yeah, these are the original Last Poets. I mean, Felipe Luciano, shout out to my man Felipe. He's feeling a little under the weather these days. Stay strong, man. I mean, he carried me on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? These are the men, the kings, the revolutionaries that helped mold me. So I've been able to hold my own and keep my peace and be an individual from a very early age. I'm the oldest in my family. My mother had me when she was 17, so we grew up together. I had to hold it down with her. We're like that. That's my boo. What's up, Mom? I'm sure she's watching. Hello, Mama. I love you.
Mama June.
So moving into the arts was not something that I planned out, but something that was obviously part of my trajectory.
Right. I remember, so I can jump in here, guys, is that when I met Khalil, we would have been, you're about a year older than me. I'm 56. So, and I recall when I met you, dude, like when we were teenagers, and it was just like the time in the 80s, we were around so many creatives, so many incredible people. Opportunity literally was going out. Opportunity, if you had those things, if you had those traits, which you had, dude, instantly. I remember, listen, he didn't see a lot of it in himself. He didn't see a lot of that shit in yourself that you guys.
Look at that feral child there.
But you would go out. No, I would be out with this guy. I want to bust his ass. I would be out with him, and you're a young black guy. You're out at the clubs, and you want to impress the girls and the ladies, and then fucking Khalil would come in, and we just kind of got what we could after that, because
out of here,
because all the girls. I remember like the Roxy and all these clubs, and he walked in like the man. I remember. So and I say all that to say that when opportunities, whether it be modeling, whether, you know, the commercials, things like that, it wasn't a shock to people like myself and others that were in our cluster that these were opportunities that were coming to you. Even if you were on sometimes another headspace, dude, seriously.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, there are people that are mentors and counselors, and people that will guide and protect you. You know, I mean, like people like Beth Ann Hardison, you know, that would make sure you were getting the information you needed to keep you on the straight and narrow. You know, I mentioned Felipe Luciano. There, you know, people like Giancarlo Esposito. There's, you know, just folks that were around, you know, that could put you up on game. You know, and then forget about all that entire club scene and being able to, you know, see Rocksteady Crew and Africa Islam and Africa Bambaataa and Alert, and like just seeing them birth. You know what I mean? That's my picture of hip hop.
Tell it.
You know, seeing Rocksteady Crew throw down.
Tell it.
That it was animal. You know,
absolutely. This crew over here, Rocksteady, Africa Bambaataa, leading the pack. You know, dude, that's what's inside of us. That's what's inside of you. And you got your you know, the big break came with Juice.
Yeah, no doubt.
How did that happen?
I auditioned like everybody else, but at the time, you don't know that it's going to be a hood classic. You don't know that it's going to become, you know, part of the culture. You don't know that it because of Tupac Shakur, it's now part of like the hip hop canon. Like, I mean, that film's at the Schomburg, like archives. Like, it's culture now.
Correct.
That's an amazing thing. I feel honored, blessed, lucky, you know, to be a part of that work.
Yeah.
You know, but it's been that way across the board. Having opportunities to perform on stage with Ruby Dee and directed by Felicia Rashad and work with Gregory Hines and you know, Sidney Poitier. Like it you know. I don't, and I can't say that it's me, like that. I'm out. This was the plan. I was gonna go out to Hollywood and I'm gonna do no, you know. I'm just being, and being humble and thankful, gracious, which I think is something that is snatched from us as a people on a daily basis. So it gets to the point where we don't even think it exists. Grace, you know, I know it exists because it's all over my life. You know, it's all over my family. It's all over my, you know, interactions. Speaking of which, before we go on and on talking about me, I would love to give a couple of shout outs to two sisters of mine that are healing right now. Tracy Franklin, I love you. She's in a hospital bed right now. So I love you. You're up and moving in a minute. You know what it is. And my sister Kuala Gooden, she's home from the hospital, but I love you too, sis. Feel better. And my lady Elise, congratulations. She just got her artwork put in her first gallery in Atlanta, Bughead Art Company. So beautiful things. And all of y'all out there that are listening, I will admit that I have been highly blessed. But understand, to do that, you have to be willing to pass those blessings on, you know, and be gracious to those that love you. To love back, like my man Musa right here.
Well, I got to throw it back at. Give me a moment to throw it back at Khalil, and for viewers that are watching. He became a model and did all that cool stuff, and then started to write. I was a screenwriter, and was doing my first short film. And so when I was thinking about casting actors, it was Khalil, because that's my dude. And he had just done, actually, as a matter of fact, let's keep it 100. Gerard Brown, who wrote Juice, was my neighbor on my block. So let's get a little history, y'all. He lived next door to me.
God, that's my guy.
He said he was writing a script called Juice. Then once it was done, when it was done, I was working on something, my first short film, and I needed an actor, but I needed a female actress. So Khalil was like, well, yo, come on the set. I think there's this girl here. So I got Maggie Rush off of Juice. She became my lead. Khalil was in it. Michael Wright was fresh. Michael Wright, great actor, was fresh off of 5 Heartbeats. And we did a little film in Harlem called Storyteller. But the point of this, and Ernest Dickerson, this was, I believe, Ernest Dickerson's first film, because he was Spike Lee's camp. Yes. So this is his first feature on his own as an incredible director who, like you said before, an incredible human being. But I just want to say something to you, is that Khalil has never brought any of the bullshit, any of the ego that a lot of actors sometimes amass after time in this business. Always been the same cat, dude. You have always the same dude that I met all those years ago. You're still that same guy. And if I
but you know, you gotta be surrounded by real people.
Okay, tell them.
Cats like you would never let me get away with no silliness like that. You know, my sister Kyra, Halima Nefertiti, who I love dearly, would never let me get away with no stupidity like that. My mother, please. I try to come up in the house acting like, you know, I ain't got no sense. It ain't going down, man. You know, my brother Khayyam, who I love, like that cat is so real. He's a Capricorn. He don't play. He'll tell you the truth. Like, just, and I make sure I stay surrounded by those people that you know will let you know, like, come on, let's do more. Yeah. Let's step quicker. Let's get this done. Or we love you. We're proud of you. I mean, that has held me down more than anything. I did a play in Pittsburgh, I think 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. Yeah, which I love. We did Pipeline. This Dominique Morris played that. Dominique, shout out. She's brilliant. MacArthur genius. I love Dominique Morris. She's just amazing. Now I go out to Pittsburgh to do this play. And I'm not expecting anybody to travel all the way to Pittsburgh to see me in a play. My family has seen me on stage before. Right. My mom was like, oh, no. I'm coming. She said, I don't know how much time I have here. So any time, any opportunity I have to see my baby in the light, I'm going to be there. I mean, it like that spirit, man, that feeds you. You know, that puts your spine in order. Right. You get that from your mama. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then folks, my people,
right?
Look, people traveled out there to see me get down and do my thing, and it's beautiful. The director from that play, Reg Douglas, is going to direct my play, Lambs to Slaughter, here in New York. So, you know, when you find those real folks, you keep hold of them. You know what I mean? You do. I do. You do.
I do. You too. And I mean, I hope people out there listening, you know, take that advice. You got good people in your life, love them, hold on to them. You know what I mean? Especially the good, real ones. You mentioned a good, real one. A director that you work with, the late great Penny Marshall. You had some wonderful, and you know, I always love the Bronx, and I love me some Laverne. Let's keep it real. So I go back with her from the Laverne and Shirley days. We all do. But you know, and I was so like when I found out you were doing Renaissance Man with Danny DeVito, Gregory Hines,
Kadeem Hardison,
Marshall. Come on,
Hardison, Mark Wahlberg, Richard T. Jones. Yeah, it was you know.
Tell us about that.
Look, at the time, one of my guys, one of my close people, Wayne Rambrose, one of my people, had just gotten married to Gregory Hines' daughter.
Okay.
So, Daria was like, look,
Daria, right.
Yeah. Don't let my dad get you in trouble, And at the time I had briefly met Greg once or twice, not any, but what a beautiful human being. Talk about a real one, and talk about somebody who really had an influence on my life in a very short period of time. A lot of the way I walk in the industry is due to Gregory Hines. Again, just the graciousness, the humility, the self-awareness of talent. Like, Greg never felt like he had to, put on any airs, because he was motherfucking Gregory Hines. It was like, I already know, and I know so we could just chill right here. He's such a beautiful person. I remember one time after we had shot the movie, this place Hal's in LA, down in Venice, everybody goes there, whatever. I go there, I take this lady to lunch there. It's this, model chick, beautiful, whatever. We're having lunch. They sit us at this table. I didn't have a reservation, but they knew who I was when I came in. So they said this is the only table we had, and it was underneath this skylight. So the sun's coming down. There's like this light on the table. And as we're walking through, she goes, "Isn't that Gregory Hines?" He's having a meeting. Obviously, he's with executives. He's with the suits. They're chatting back and forth. I said, "Yeah, that is." And she's looking at me like, "You know him? I want to meet Gregory." I was like, "Chill. He looks like he's busy right now. We can say hi later." We go to our table. We sit. We're eating. We're chatting. Next thing I know, I look up and Gregory Hines is standing at the table. He's not even looking at me. He won't even make eye contact with me. He's looking at this woman, and she's just like, "Oh my God." And he looks at me and goes, "What are you doing here with this bum?" Like that. I was like, "Oh man, come on." And then just commences to just prime like the grease out of this woman's hair. Like, it was ridiculous. But it was like such love, And then of course he was like, "Yo, come sit down with me in a minute. Call me up." He gave me the full love, like, call me at the crib. Like, me and him is like, that's. So he's just a super dope person, man. And really, really pulled my coat to me. Had a conversation during a night shoot in Columbia, South Carolina, where we shot Renaissance Man on Fort Jackson, and asked me the question, "Khalil, why are you so angry?" Because I had just had some silly altercation with someone on the set, and I mean, I'm not this way any longer, but those that know me from back in the day,
right?
My temper could get the best of me at times, and I was not, wary about throwing hands. So it is what it is. Well, Greg snatched me up out of the makeup trailer where this thing happened, took me outside, and like gave me a talking to. "Why are you so angry?" Of course, I was like, "I'm not angry." He's like, "Why are you so angry?" "I'm not angry." He asked me like 4 times before we had to like get into it, and he literally was like, "If you want to have a career, which I think you can, you got to stop this. Like, there's really no reason for you to be angry. You're talented, you're smart, you're beautiful. Like, there's something inside you that I recognize in myself. Like, stop it. Like, get it together. Be the best." Like, he broke it down, and it was with such love and care that, like, I had absolutely zero to say.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I started to watch him, and everything that he had to say to me, I can say he walked it. This is what he was doing. And now, after him having said it to me, I'm watching him. I can see it now. I can recognize that these things that he's instructing me to do, he's doing every day. He's treating people with grace and love and class and just, I mean, when's the last time you heard somebody say, Gregory Hines was an asshole? Like, I met him and he was on some bull. You'll never hear it.
You'll never hear it.
You'll never hear it.
No. Ever. I'd always to Grunts on Broadway. I'd be walking down Broadway, which was just fabulous to run into Gregory Hines on Broadway. And it always felt like it was just the two of us. And he would go, wait, did I see you here last week? What, do you live around here? He would say something like that, very fun, very personable. And it would almost be like we'd meet up like every few months on Broadway. And he would remember, but just really, like you said, so beautiful to have these type of people in your life that can really give you that advice, people that you admire, and that you could take what they're giving you. Because sometimes we can't hear what greatness is giving us, but you were able to hear that.
Look,
right?
Our society instructs us to be out for your money, handle your business, you against the world, that whole thing, dog eat dog. That's not how Greg was living. And the way he instructed me, I saw how it paid off at his service when he passed away. I cried like a baby at that service, but at the end, when the pastor was done, he invited people to, if they wanted, now would be the time to come up and dance for Greg for the very last time. And I realized there were people there with their tap shoes. There were some dudes I saw with their tap shoes in their back pockets. And when the pastor said this, people started to put their tap shoes on. And they had wood in front of the casket. And the acoustics in this church were lovely, but people went up there, his peers, his students, and danced hard. They went up there and danced hard because they knew this was the last time they were going to get to dance for Greg. And man, it was one of the most incredible things I'd ever seen in my life. And it was testament to the love that Greg showed all of these artists over the years, man. Like, I'd never seen it. I've to this day never seen anything like it.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us. I
share it in the hopes that somebody will hear it and understand that there's something to gain out of sharing that type of love with folks.
I want to shift the gears just a little bit and talk about another role that you was a role on Girlfriends as Darnell. Now, that's a series regular situation with a Black woman who created it, Mara Brock Akil, surrounded by amazing Black women, and I think you picked it up after Flex, right?
Yeah.
Right. So tell us how, what was that experience like working working with incredible Black women? You went underneath.
I'm gonna leave that one alone because I was like,
I was going, but y'all know me too long. He know me too long. Oops. Y'all just got a relationship now, right?
Mara Brock Akil, yes, that woman right there is
bad. She's bad.
She's a beast, man. She is a wonderful creator and writer and artist and producer and director. She's just an amazing purveyor for the culture. I love me some Mara Brock Akil. I got hired to do 3 episodes of Girlfriends. That when I came in, it was to do 3 episodes. And 6 seasons later, thank you, Mara. Appreciate the love. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite jobs all time ever in a 30-year career. I think all of us took that show for granted at the time. We miss it now.
Yeah.
I think it being released on Netflix, a whole new generation got to check it out and was like, wow, like what's this? I don't know. My oldest child, my daughter Noah, was little then, and I remember her coming on set, and I felt like I could just walk away. Like that's what that set was like. like that I could just walk away and I knew my baby was like taken care of. Like there was mamas and aunties everywhere, you know. Tracy Ross, Golden Brooks, Persia, Jill. I mean, Persia White. I remember Persia yelling at me for having bacon with my breakfast. She's super vegan. She was like, Khalil, I want you to live. You know, it was just a beautiful place to work and an opportunity to put Black love on TV. And I love that Mara she didn't just assume that I knew. Like, she made a point of like, look, this is an opportunity to have a husband and a wife, a Black husband and a wife on television. Like how and gave me and always gave me a choice in how I wanted to do that. But let me know, like, this is what we're doing. We're doing this. So understand it and handle your business. You know, and I love what Golden and I did with Girlfriends.
Fantastic. I'm looking at the time. I'm going to jump in and with another one because I want people to know about your. You know, you did a play with the incredible Phylicia Rashad.
Yes.
People should know. You know, it's the Tyler, of course, but I had to jump and go right to Phylicia Rashad because, you know, August Wilson is just one of my favorite playwrights that ever existed. And the fact that you were a part of Gem of the Ocean, working with this brilliance, this gorgeous brilliance right in front of us. Tell us what it was like doing both of that. Gem of the Ocean, August Wilson, and Phylicia Rashad.
It was in Seattle. It was at Seattle Rep, which is a beautiful theater, a big theater, beautiful theater. But that was an opportunity for me to realize that I was an infant as an actor at that time. Phylicia Rashad will let you know. Again, act right. I got this job because her sister, Debbie Allen, was directing episodes of Girlfriends. And Phylicia could not find her Citizen Barlow. And Debbie Allen was cool enough to say, did you ever think about Khalil Kain? And Phylicia went, you know what? I damn sure didn't. Let me call him. So she did and was gracious enough to allow me the opportunity to play the role of Citizen Barlow, which, again, changed my life as an actor. Thank you, August Wilson. Thank you, Phylicia Rashad. It changed the way I thought about my Blackness. Phylicia hit me to the deal. Yeah, there it is. Michelle Shea. That's my Michelle Shea is amazing. But that August Wilson wrote these plays for us. For us. There is information embedded in this text specifically for you, Musa, specifically for me. And like, I got mine. Anytime Phylicia Rashad sees me to this day, when she sees me, she goes, hello, Mr. Citizen. I love that. You know, a profound experience for me. And this is why I still love theater to this day and take every opportunity I can to get on stage to become a better actor.
How much of that, well, I don't even have to ask maybe, but you are a playwright.
Yes.
I've actually witnessed your work when it was in its.
No, bro, it's official. Khalil Kain is officially a playwright.
You are.
The ensemble company has cut me a check. Like, that makes it like official. Like, you're a playwright now.
You're a playwright, dude.
Yes.
And I'm just saying, I went and I was blown away even back then. And I know, like you were talking about how it's just morphed and changed and grown and marinated the whole nine. So how does it feel now for you that you are the director, you're the writer, you're the creator?
I'm not directing.
Not the director, but the writer.
Reggie Douglas is directing this play.
Okay, but how do you feel about that?
I will be acting in it. I did write it. We are currently workshopping the play because of COVID. As soon as they open the theater doors in New York City, this play is going up through the Negro Ensemble Company. I'm excited about being able to be a part of that canon, that history of NEC. That was a thing that Phylicia hit me to. Also, when we did Gem of the Ocean, there was an actor, Allie Woods, that was in that play. And she was like, do you know who that is? And, you know, I'm like, no, you know, it's this old black man, you know, that's Allie Woods. You know, he's one of the original, you know, company members from NEC. You need to know this, Khalil. I was like, true, true, true. And, you know, now I do, you know, accept the lessons, you know. We always say we call on the ancestors. There are plenty of our ancestors living and breathing, walking around right next to us. Listen to them.
You better preach.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Because that's exactly what happened when I had an opportunity to spend time with Felicia Rashad, when I had time to spend with Michelle Shea. Like doing Gem of the Ocean, Felicia told me that if we do it right, the ancestors will come. They are going to come and be with you on stage. And yes, that's exactly what happened.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. So this is the point in the show where we talk about what we did together also, which was honored to talk about, you know, you, my brother, and do you. And I had to do it. I had to shoot Khalil in Tribeca, because Tribeca for me, there are two people. When I think of Tribeca, oh, actually 3 people. I gotta give it up, y'all. It was 3 people. When every time I thought about Tribeca, it was Khalil, Beth Ann, and Robert De Niro. Those are the 3. 3 people. Didn't have such a relationship with Roberts, off and on. Definitely with Beth Ann, and most definitely with Khalil. And it was desolate, y'all. It was like going to, like, you didn't even understand why they were there almost, because it was like nowhere land, which is not the case now. No. So I wanted to do this pictorial with you down in Tribeca, and we had an amazing time. And I enlisted Stephen Rice, who did your grooming, and of course Courtney Douglas, who shot your photos, who did the damn thing. We got some beautiful pictures also of your mama, who was there, Mama June. So cute, so stinking cute. Still so cute. Your mom, she is. Hey, that's mom. She's your mom. But I'm just saying, every time I see her, she makes me smile. That's the picture I took at your house.
You did take that picture.
I took that picture as his crib. Y'all see this little, look at us. So whatever he looked, I'm the same age. I'm not in it, but I'm the same age. Okay. And there's this beautiful mom, same face, same energy. Love it to death. So anyway, when we went down to Tribeca and we did this great shoot with you, so excited to show you guys his covers. I know, right? You was, look at your face. I said covers, because we had a situation with you. Because this guy, oh man, we just got to show the cover. But listen, but this was giving me, you know, pictures are like, pictures speak. And you were giving me a full-on performance. A full-on performance on this shoot. So here we go, Paul. Oh, see, Paul?
I don't think that's the cover.
Paul's funny. I love you, Paul.
I love that. Yo, my fro was on smash right there. I love that. Yo, my fro was legit, son. Legit. Please.
No doubt. That fro. Yo. Genius. Okay, here we go. Woo!
Hey.
Yeah. That's it right there. What's going on?
It's great. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Thank you, Courtney.
No problem.
Good looking. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. It was a pleasure working with you guys. You know what I mean? Definitely a pleasure.
Yeah, we had a good time that day.
Yeah, the energy was it was on the highest level it could be. You know what I mean? And I got a quick funny joke. I noticed Tupac and I have 2 things in common. We both come from Harlem and we both shot Raheem, so I'm chilling with that. I'm gonna take that. Or
I've been shot by both of y'all, and I'm still alive. Funny enough, getting shot. Look, I'm blowing up more from getting shot by both of y'all. I love this. This is good stuff. No, this is not
beautiful cover. Beautiful cover. I call it black and white for the very reason that, you know, how you break things down and how also all the pictures are in black and white, but it's black and white. It's timeless. It's iconic. You know, if I think of Tribeca, I think of it only in black and white. This is the second cover.
Nice.
Very Interview magazine. It just takes us back to a certain space and time. And so we had to do 2 covers for you, my brother. Thank you. I want to just always give a shout out to
Angelique.
Carl Dion Dixon, Triple T, Jessica, Babito, Elise, Summer, Angelique, Casey, Nayanta, my cousin, Elise. Everybody came through. Thank you, Elise. But yeah, this is a beautiful moment for me. Also, Khalil, because it's you know, you haven't really, like I said, I have pictures of you and you look almost identical, like you friggin' vampire you. And so, but I mean, all of us are like, you know, on another level. I heard my back hurts just looking at this shot. But you know, but it's the beauty of this. Thanks, Courtney. You did a phenomenal job. I love your insights, because you really understood how to capture him. We got any more? Want to show some more? Hey, just the New Yorkness. The New Yorkness.
Yeah, that T-shirt's from Babito.
Oh, that's Babito's?
Yeah.
That T-shirt is ill, man. That's tough.
I need that, Babito.
Yeah, that's.
I see you.
I got Bruce Lee back here on the wall, man. That's crazy right there.
No, I got Bruce Lee in the closet over here. I got a big blow up.
It's Bruce Lee is everywhere, man. Long live the dragon. You know what I mean?
Yo, this is ill. This is ill. It's just like I said. You're New York, dude. Your voice, the way you walk, the way you talk. You know, this is that iconic shit. That, you know, dude, you captured it once again, Courtney.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
I want to show it all. We're gonna obviously, guys. This so that people know as they what's coming up. You know, I want to look at that.
Yeah.
Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Y'all with me?
Shot is powerful right there, man.
Y'all with me? Gotta get that fire. We do fire up in this piece. That's fire.
Also this reminds me of that Biggie shot. Remember B.I.G. when he was reaching out like that? I don't know what cover that was, but yeah, this is great, man.
Look at that eye. Look at the hand. Look at that shit is iconic. I know I use that word a lot, but this shit'll last for a long. Because I'm saying shit like this because that's use those words. It means it's gonna be around for a long time. You see this 25 years from now, that shit is still fire. Y'all know I'm lying. Y'all know I'm right.
Hey, Kai.
Any more? I always try to knead it out of Paul because Paul wants to save some for tomorrow when we actually drop it on our website. When you go to ambassadordigitalmag.com and you get the full story as well as on all of our social media platforms. You get it all laid out, beautiful covers and all that. But I love this shot, dude. Beautiful. It's a museum piece.
It's fly.
It's fly as fuck. It really is. Visit us. There you go. ambassadordigitalmag.com.
Say something quick.
Yes.
So I know it's an all black and white story. And we were all there, and it was my job to freeze time and, you know, trap these moments so we can continuously view them. But I have to say that I think these are my favorites because of even though we spoke on black and white, which is the name of the story, I'm a fan of yin and yang, like balance and the shadow and the light and contrast. And can I say we had a hard time with the covers? Okay, cool. So we had a hard time choosing between the first cover with the black turtleneck versus, you know, the one with the building in the back. but I still think in a way, I just realized that they both contrast one another. So it's still black and white. It's like dark and light. And me personally, I wish this was longer so we could hear more of the story. But this is my favorite segment from those from that shoot, man. This is great, and love your energy, brother. And I'm glad that I was just there to be a part of this and capture everything. And tell your mama say hello. Send you those pictures soon, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I'm seeing these for the first time. These are beautiful. I can't wait to see the rest.
We're seeing this for the first time, you guys. Look at this shot.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Turn this light down.
That is so fire.
Wow.
Look at that.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Look at you,
Thank
dude.
you, Casey.
Look at you. Look at you. Khalil.
Good job.
Yeah, man. Clap it up, man. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Khalil. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. For tuning in. Everybody that I've seen come through, that's love. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah.
Steven, I know you couldn't make it, but thank you, man. You were part of the fabric, part of the thread that created this fabric, so
yeah,
we love you, man. You know what I mean? Look what we did.
And Steven always does his thing, comes through and made him feel love and took care of you, groomed you up, and you look like the star you are.
Plans in the business.
But I want to thank everybody for joining us on this amazing journey. I'm honored to know you, Khalil, after all these years. All these years, man. It's so funny. I just gotta say, it's so weird for me because when I see Khalil, it's just like it's one of those things. And I know all of his brothers. We probably all think the same way. We go back to the day. I don't see. It's so hard. Since I look at him, I think back when he was dropping Africa, Bambaataa, Rocksteady Crew, all these places that we were. That's where I live with this dude. Even though we're living in the present day. And so when I do things like this, it's just my love for you, bro. My proud of you, all that you do. You always got my support.
That's same here. That. Facts. Big facts.
Facts.
Love and support always.
Always. So I'm just honored, man, to have you on our cover. You are number 40. We made it to a year. A year will be coming next month. And we're excited about that. Making a year through this incredible time in history. And thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Paul back there, doing your thing.
Pop in.
And everybody that joined in. So also, so Khalil, I want to, as we close out, can you close us out with, how would you like to close it? What would you like to say?
People, show love, man. Please. That's it. That's really it. Show love, get love. It's a simple equation. And that's across the board. I mean, my people already know. But why this is something that seems to be difficult out in the world right now, I do not understand. And that's why I keep my ass in the house.
Yes, you don't come out.
Serious. Beautiful black people, please stay safe. Please stay safe.
Thank you. And with that, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining in. Thank you once again for joining us to Ambassador Digital Magazine Live for our live cover reveal. And stay safe, go in love. And as we always say, live your life with passion. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care, everyone. Love.
Everybody stay cool. So love, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.